go.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you? Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do.
Florida man standing in his sunroof while driving his Cadillac down I-40.
What you gonna do, what you gonna do when they come for you?
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and of course, this is the Welcome to Florida show where we have fun, laughing, cringing, feeling real good about our life choices, and learning a little history when it comes to the second craziest state in the union. A state that I've had ancestors in since 1565. And tonight we're actually going to talk about some of them in conjunction with a certain historical event. We're going to be talking about Sir Francis Drake and how basically he just went into St. Augustine and burned the place to the ground. But there's a reason he actually did that. So we're going to talk about that. Of course, we've got memes. Of course, we've got hilarious videos. Of course, we have got the weekly poll, which is going to close in about 15 minutes or so. You get to choose what Florida man story of absolute craziness we are going to read on the show tonight. So make sure you go ahead and vote on that. I see folks here from YouTube, from X, so good to see all of you. So before we get started, let me bring in my panel. We have got Erica, we have got Tom, and we have got Dad Man Walking 55. How you guys doing?
I'm back. Thanks to you, Lorena.
I'm sort of here.
Hey, Lorena Creole reintroduced me to Trilogy of Terror several years ago on one of her streams. So I brought back the old Avatar tonight in spirit of Halloween.
I so enjoyed watching that darn movie again. I mean, we were just giving it the MST3K treatment.
Oh, it was the first one was painful. The second one, I kept seeing Eric Lassard from Police Academy, and then the third one was just all kind of fun.
And she keeps falling. Oh my gosh, it's gonna cut its way out of the suitcase. Maybe you should put something on it. No,
can you not run out the front door?
I'm hungry.
Oh, there you go, Erica.
What burritos you got?
Just plain nacho cheese. I was hoping there was leftover schnitzel downstairs, but
not your cheese? Then whose cheese is it?
Man, I was hoping it was hot sweet chili.
Oh, I do have those, but I grabbed these because they're faster.
So good.
Of course, they have ketchup version of them. So
I've been editing our Halloween show all night.
Yeah.
Well, folks, kicking it off, we got Scott Westbrook gifting 10 Reina Creole memberships. Let me hit you up, my friend.
Catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding dirty, tryna catch me riding.
Thank you for gifting those 10 Reina Creole memberships, folks. If you got gifted a membership, excuse me, from Scott Westbrook, please do tell him thank you very much. Those memberships last for 30 days. So you have 30 days to enjoy all of the membership perks, which reminds me, I got to set up our member watch party stream. Actually, got to do that. So thank you, Scott, and thank you to all you new members. So who else we got in here? We have got Snortapoopus, who is, of course, the polar bear from Pinellas County. He says, hello, humans and other critters. Well, good to see you. We have also, of course, we've got Tom here. Brevard for the win. It's like Pinellas County for the win.
Just messing with them.
Yeah, we gotta keep that up there, like, which Florida county is going to show up the most. Usually,
Wait,
it
wait,
is
wait,
Pine
wait,
Ellis.
wait. I'm going to do it one time. God, I hate this. This is such embarrassment. Duval. God, I hate that. I can't even do it right. You know
Can you
that
please
chant.
never do that again? That's
Please
scary.
stand me. You
Yeah,
can time me
that's
out,
like,
Lorraine, if you have to. But it's
no.
like, no. It's like, but well, when you had as bad football as we've had for as long as we've had, you come up with anything.
Lord, I still can't stand the freaking Jaguars. Mark Daly says, due to a pre-existing family commitment to the Detroit Tigers, which I understand, I'll have to catch this one on the replay. To quote Phil Collins, hello, I must be going. All right. Good seeing you, Mark. And let's see, Strings of Pucks is here. Tom F is too handsome for YouTube. Just saying.
If he just hit on me, I'm going to smack him.
Nice.
John the Beagle Dad says, what's up, folks? I love this period of history in Florida. The explorers. Yes, explorers, conquistadors, pirates in the service of the Queen of England. All kinds of crazy stuff. Needless to say, this place was lit back in the late 1500s with how much craziness was going on. It was something else, let me tell you. We've got Linda who's here. Good to see you, my dear. We have got Lonnie Holcomb in here as well. It says howdy, folks. So howdy and hello. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. We have got Native Hawaiian in the chat. Another one of my amazing mods says evening, y'all. And let's see. El Draco. El Drac, yes, that's what the Spanish nicknamed Sir Francis Drake, because basically after he burned St. Augustine, then he went back to England and effectively burned the Spanish Armada into the ocean. Yeah, dude was gangster. Did Tom say he was handing out free hot dogs? Did you?
No, I said I was going to smack Strings and Pucks with a hot dog because he said we
Oh. Oh, okay. I see it now. That's too dark, buddy. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Says hi. We see Kimberly Ann Hart is here as well. So hello. Bonzo Kilborn says, "Tone snort a poopus. I'll have a snort, but not a poopus. I prefer rum or bourbon." Yes. Why is the rum gone? You know.
That's me.
That's the rum gone. You know.
I drank a lot of it.
It's worth drinking, let me tell you.
Yep.
I need at least four kinds of rum in the house. The one you can't see through, the coconut rum, Sailor Jerry's, and something else, but not Bacardi.
I like Bacardi. It goes good when you mix into stuff like this.
It's okay.
You can't see the rum in this.
I skip Bacardi. It's like
it's great with in a mojito.
True. I just prefer Cruzan. That's all. I prefer Cruzan. Cruzan, Sailor Jerry, and of course Captain Morgan Kraken.
Yeah. Anything is better than zero.
You got that right. Hey, Bonzo. Culture had some family stuff, family obligations on Sunday, so he gracefully bowed out. So he's doing a lot more stuff during the week. Streamers kind of need a little bit of a break too. Hey, Darth Plato says the wait is over. Yes, indeed it is. Coming to you with that history soon in the show. Fallout Dave is here. Hello.
Dave.
It's good seeing you. And yes, smash the like button. Definitely. I wake up every morning saying to myself, hey, at least I'm not Bob Iger. Mr. Weatherman. Oh my gosh, is that funny? Oh man. And let's see. John the Beagle Dad says, ha ha ha, we know they were all thieves. Yes. Yes, they were. Except, what was it called? Basically, plausible deniability. Queen Elizabeth didn't really discourage, she didn't really encourage Sir Francis Drake to jack Spanish ships for all their stuff, but she didn't discourage it either. So, kind of like, I have no idea what's going on. Really? Yeah, bring that stuff back to England. Yeah. Let's see who else we have got here in the chat. We have got Dylan Soup. Hello, hello, hello. Says, howdy, hey, Lorena. Howdy, chat and panel. Hello, good seeing you. As always, love your avatar. Drake did his own thing more often than he was serving the crown. Oh, yes, and the burning of St. Augustine was one of them. So we're going to get into, we are going to get into that. Let's see who else is here. Of course, Erica's here. She is on the panel. Dadman says, hail to from the greatest state in the union to all in the chat. And let me see. I think that is everything. You got to try crack. Yes, cracking. Let me tell you. Okay, so for Christmas, I make the traditional Jamaican sorrel drink, which is basically like hibiscus leaves soaked in brown sugar, water, ginger, cinnamon, and I think a clove or two or whatever. You let it sit like 24 hours and you pour that stuff out, and you can either drink it straight, which is good, non-alcoholic, but when I gift it, I put a good portion of Kraken rum in there. Sorrel, well, it's considered pretty much an insult if you give somebody sorrel without rum in it for Christmas. You have to do that. So yes, Kraken spice rum. That's one of my favorites. Sailor Jerry is one of my favorites. Cruzan, I love too. I just love Cruzan. Let's see, Cultures at Home Washington. Brugal Dominican rum. Oh,
I have a bottle. I have some of that. I think that's what's in the bottle in that freezer that I gave you. Remember I showed you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of that stuff. It's good.
Oh, that sounds good. I will never turn down rum. I'm telling you. I'll never turn down rum.
Well, if I win a bottle at a Christmas thing, I'll bring it to you. So,
Yep, absolutely, Liam. That's what Drake would later be termed. One of my ancestors, I think the French were like corsairs. So yeah, that was like another term for it too. Pretty much everybody from Florida was sacking everybody else.
I was born in the wrong time frame.
Yep.
Hey, you can fit in with that beard. Yeah.
Hey, Mama Lugo is here.
Hi, Mom.
So good
Hi, Mom.
to see you, my darling. So good to see you. So good to see you. And hey, Avarice Carmageddon. There you go. There you go. There's Aloha, Lorena, Tom, F, Erica, and everyone. And my sisters in the chat. Does somebody say sorrel? Is it Christmas time? Sorrel's freaking amazing. It blooms in Jamaica around December, which is why it's associated with Christmas there. But if you don't have it, like fresh blooming, you can buy it dried, and it pretty much does the same darn thing. And I love it. Hey, Thanatos, how you doing? Hello, Reina Creole. Hello to you. We've got Dance Life at the Kingdom. This is Good Evening Panel. Went on Tron Overlay today. It was just a light switch. It didn't look like anything super interesting, you know. It's just like, there's something to say we did it. Guess what? Tron Canopy is red now. It could have always been red. And
are they changing
LED? Yay!
Are they
Hmm.
changing the colors to make up for the short ride?
It
No,
could
it's
have been
for,
a dual
Harry.
coaster,
It's for the movie.
colors.
Yeah, they want you to go see this movie. It's like, why you don't even have like a real recognizer in the. Don't get me started on Tron. do not get me started on ripping up Tron.
Everybody,
What I
guys,
was
just
saying.
remember to send her off the deep end by bringing up Tron.
Yeah.
Everybody, take notes.
There goes the stream. It won't be welcome to Florida. It won't be welcome to Tron.
Yeah, I'll just like go off. Don't get me started. Only Disney could celebrate change.
Well, they actually did that when they got rid of the Osborne lights. They celebrated that.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
We hated
That was
that.
actually good though. And
That
they
was
got
the
rid of
lights.
it.
Yeah, that's the lights everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you could pretend to be Clark Griswold with all the lights. Oh my gosh.
Well,
that was
there were times we'd
so
go
many
down
great
there for
moments.
Christmas. We go to Christmas just for that. That was the draw to get us to go to Christmas. But
I went to Christmas just for Christmas. That's a different thing. You went down to Christmas in the town in Brevard. What's wrong with you, Dad, man?
no, the lights at Osborne. That's what
Oh,
drew us
okay.
down there.
I thought you said you went to Christmas for Christmas.
No, that's why we went to the Osborne's to Hollywood Studios for that light display. It was so good.
It was.
Overhead. It reminded me of that place in Las Vegas with overhead lights, but still, you couldn't escape Christmas on every corner.
Mm-mm. And if people think Tom is making it up, no, there is actually a town called Christmas.
Yep. Yes, he's right.
Yep.
Also known as Fort Christmas back in the day. So yes, it's exactly what it was.
If you try to go there during the holidays to send out your Christmas cards, there's a long line.
Yeah, a really long line. So you definitely do not want to miss that. Well, before we go into our memes, I gotta play this.
Hey, what kind of dog is that? Give him a little kiss. Give him a little. Oh, no. Look at the little.
Yeah,
Wait. Is that a Dallas symbol on his head?
No, it's a Texas Longhorns.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's a Texas Longhorns, obviously a part of yesterday's. I call it. YouTuber called it Billy Napier's one game a year win to keep his job game. Where Florida beat Texas when they shouldn't have. Talk about not getting started or anything. Sorry, Lorena. Yeah, they play like crap all year, and then yesterday they call good plays. They just anyway. Now they can't fire the guy. So sorry, Lorena. I'm sorry.
Well, FSU lost.
Yeah.
To Miami. Normally I would cheer that, but they lost to Miami, which y'all know I can't stand Miami. So that just pissed me off.
I wonder if that poor Gator goes, this tastes like crap. Yeah. I mean, that poor Gator.
I know.
Well, now that Miami's beating both Florida and Florida State and South Florida, it's like you won't hear the end of it, from the Miami fans.
Yeah, wait. That's all I'm going to say. Wait.
Oh, God, dude.
Well, folks, we're going to get to our meme section here to get you into that crazy Florida state of mind. This is very true when it's Halloween season, but you live in Florida.
Yep.
And I wish I still had that clip of Michael Myers going through the neighborhood. Like literally, he was in Miami. This dude dressed up like Michael Myers and was putting his trash out. People were like, what? Another one, he was on Miami Beach. Somebody was dressed up like Michael Myers walking around on Miami Beach. I thought that was freaking hysterical. Oh, well, yeah. UF won and FSU lost. I gotta say it was a good day.
Yep.
I'd say it was a good day. Again, wish it wasn't Miami, but it was. It was. There's no way you're eating key lime pie for breakfast again. Me. Yeah. Heck yeah, me key lime pie for breakfast.
Why not?
Yep.
It's delicious. You've got, your vitamin C from the lime curd, and you've got the delicious, pie crust. And
for me, it's Publix cake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Publix cake. Oh my God. Who can say no to Publix cake?
Nope.
I can.
Oh no.
After I had like 4 slices.
Well, there's something more disrespectful than Publix cake, and that would be the buttercream that they sell
Oh yeah.
just by its freaking self.
I've seen that. Yes.
We've bought it just to put icing on cakes that we've made
I
Mhm.
walked past that
faster and
with
easier.
very much intent of keeping going and not stopping and looking and grabbing it because I know what will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So delicious. And no, I'm not using a key lime pie. There's always time for key lime pie. Key lime pie is absolutely freaking delicious. As a matter of fact, for Christmas, I usually make 2 of them, and they're gone in 2 days. Yep. Key lime pie has the 4 basic food ingredients for a healthy breakfast of champions. Yes, it does. I freaking love that. Key lime pie with a side of guava cheese coffee cake. It's so good.
I
And I
have
get-
guava in the kitchen, and I was
Mhm.
just eating it right out of the tub earlier tonight.
I love guava.
You're always eating, Erica. That's really cool. I mean, it's,
I do. I'm Cuban.
Yeah.
We love to eat.
Oh,
Here's the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
oh,
And it goes straight to our thighs and our rear and our stomachs.
Mhm.
there you
I
go.
do have to watch the snacking. I love snacking.
Oh,
and I
good.
do have
Talk
to-
about food on top of this one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if this is AI. It's from the Florida Memes Facebook group, which I freaking
Is this in the villages?
It's got to be AI, but it's hilarious.
God.
Oh, that would okay. It's Florida. Would that really surprise you if you drove by something like that? It wouldn't surprise me.
especially in the villages.
Right. Exactly.
I'm telling you, like high school for old people in the villages, you know how that works. This
Oh
is
my.
this is as close to fall as we get in Florida, and mainly it's because the rainy season is pretty much gone away, so they start to turn brown, and that's when people come to like clip the trees. So yes, it's close as we get.
Yep.
At least I'll say Central Florida anyway. Up near Jacksonville, not so much, but Central Florida, yeah, there's so many darn brown dead palm fronds all over the ground. It's
I was gonna say
insane.
that's they don't change color. That's just dying.
Yes. And I have several around my place that it's like sad. I pay enough money to the HOA. Shoot, they need to come by and, well, yeah, I need them to clip them. But at the same time, if they start messing with the palmetto trees, you know what happens, right? Yeah. The flying cucarachas.
Yes.
It's because they don't have a home anymore. I can't. Piss me off. Oh my gosh. Yes, fall in Florida means football. Nothing else. It's still hot down here.
Still, I'm stuck on saggy Aggies. I gotta find that one. Ugh.
Hey, up here in North Florida, the oak tree leaves get brown. Yes, I've seen them in North Florida. Where I am in my little bedroom community, we do have some oak trees that they have, for ornamental purposes. So it's like one day they have leaves and the next day they're naked. But we also have Florida scrub oaks that are evergreen, like year round. So I miss maple trees. That's what I miss, though.
Mm,
We do.
no. We got
That must
plenty of ugly oaks for you.
It must be for the other one. Oh, excuse me. Hey, Keely Chassis, what's going on? We are great. We are doing great. We're doing great. And Soul Assassin says, sent the news story of Michael Myers on the beach, Lorena. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I'll bring that up. Check out in just a bit. Oh my gosh, it's too darn funny. I'm so gonna enjoy this. We'll save it for the video section. Thank you. Thanks, Soul Assassin. Aren't the Palaka palmetto bugs a tea?
Oh yeah, you know that's right.
I probably. All I know is the first time you see a palmetto bug, you do not forget it.
Nope. It'll give you nightmares and phobias.
Woo! I was like, Mom, can I please go home? I want to stay here. They have huge ass yellow black spiders and roaches that fly. My mom's like, Ann, don't worry, you live with it. I did. Mama Lugo says, Erica, Daddy says make empanadas with the guava. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I so want that.
I usually do it with the pastry dough instead of the thick
empanada dough.
The thicker, yeah. I mean, I know it'd be good. I just prefer pastry dough.
Guava would be more of a dessert, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My wife used to make a cherry empanada when she made empanadas, but she used the thicker. Cherry. Yeah, she used the regular empanada dough. So, yeah.
I should try it. I've had other people tell me the same thing. I should try that. Just never got around to it. I'm addicted to Pepperidge Farm pastry sheet.
Really?
That's good.
I love those things. Oof.
Whenever they come in stock at Trader Joe's for the holidays, I load up on that. Then again, you have to stab people in the neck to get them because everybody else is trying.
Out here too. And pie crust. I swear they fight you for pie crust out here. Ooh. Once they're gone, they're gone.
It's like, I need these. The spooky mingos instead of flamingos. I need the spooky mingos. I need the spooky mingos and I need the skeleton flamingos. Somebody sells them.
Oh, I seen the skeleton flamingos. Where was I?
Target?
No, I think it was believe it or not, I think it was Publix. I gotta go look at I'll ask Linda.
I gotta look because I need those. I like the spooky mingos, but I also want because here in Florida you need
it was Home Depot.
Home Depot?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say down here we need gator skeletons, flamingo skeletons. What's the other one? I said gators, flamingos. Oh, mermaid skeletons. We need those too. I have one. Actually, I have two. No, I have two. Yeah, I have two mermaid skeletons and two pirate skeletons. I got them things from Michael's, and they haven't brought them back in stock like ever freaking again. What's wrong with you people? When does the tree go up? Thanksgiving weekend, Christmas Eve in December. Did you say Black Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's usually when we.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I just opened an umbrella that I painted green and put some balls on it.
I usually start.
Did you?
Really?
Mm-hmm. I gotta see a picture of that.
I start working on mine like November 1st. But what I mean by working on mine, I mean getting all the stuff together. Ideally, I need to do it by the middle of this month because for some reason in Florida, as soon as Halloween is over, people are crawling all over the Christmas decorations like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hardly freaking get anything. I've never seen anything like it. So tree go up in December for me. Yeah. Ideally, the tree has to be completely decorated by Thanksgiving.
By Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yes, by Thanksgiving, because
Wow.
Thanksgiving is not really it's not a huge thing in the South. I have to try to explain this to people. It's really not. What you're doing on Thanksgiving is basically planning who's doing Christmas dinner, where are we staying for Christmas dinner, who wants what present. That's like a tactical type of day. We're not thinking about turkey.
Draw names out of the hat and do Secret Santas in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're literally planning for Christmas.
Yep.
You all see I'm still on the
Planning
wall
dinner.
year round, right?
Hmm?
You think I'd change from Halloween at all? My wife does. I like it, Halloween.
But are you the type that still has the Halloween up for Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas vibes? I almost did with the banners that I have of all the Nightmare Before Christmas characters, but they look like the ones from the Haunted Mansion.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay.
I usually
Mhm.
have those. I usually have those up, and I kind of leave those. I kind of leave those up. So those are fun. Those are fun. Oh, right. Wow, over 140 of you guys watching between YouTube, both of my channel and Tom's channel and X. Please do hit that like button.
Now, Miranda, are you one that has 2 Christmas trees? Because some people use multiple Christmas. Oh, eventually. Okay.
Eventually.
All right.
Eventually, I've got my main 7.5 foot Christmas tree. I got that one, and I have to get my 2 small Christmas trees that go outside the front door. I have to get those, and I have a 6 foot tree which I may put on the porch somewhere. I haven't decided yet.
Okay, that's some serious Christmasing.
Same here. I got 4 small trees, 2 out in the front, in the foyer. 2 by the fireplace. The main one, which is like the 7-footer, 7.5 footer, and then the small one about this big, I put on the table in the foyer.
My neighbors keep Christmas.
I got a palm tree.
Yeah, I know.
Front yard. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. I mean, down here, okay. Yeah. Every palm tree gets decorated for Christmas.
Yeah, people leave
everything
the lights up year round, and we actually had one that was a rental on a corner. My kids called it Plastic City because there literally it's a house that got rented, but they literally took up every square inch of the yard with plastic inflatables and plastic Christmas ornaments. There was not a spot of green grass that was not covered. How they did it, we don't know, but it was the oddest sight in the whole world. Like a 900 square foot house and a yard full of Christmas decorations.
That's what we expect to see down here, because one of the things you do for Christmas down here in Florida, okay, since it's pretty much nice weather, everybody goes crazy with Christmas decorations. And you go and you walk around the neighborhood, checking out people's Christmas decorations, and the more vulgar and obscene the Christmas decorations, the more people come to your house.
Yes.
It's so true. We love doing it down here.
You really did decorate.
Yeah. Mama Lugo. I never should have found out about At Home.
I mean,
never should have.
It's hard not to run into one.
Hey, look, I've been in IKEA with Lorena. I mean, she practiced self-control that day, but still.
I would never try that. I'd have to film it for prosperity.
Well, she hunted us down that day. We were at IKEA. She hunted us down, and it was like lights went up, and she did good that day. I will say.
I had to go. Something was getting fixed that I had to pay for, so I can't really get anything really in IKEA. But man, the Marshalls, one of my favorite Marshalls, they have an At Home.
Oh man!
Opened up near it. I'm just like, y'all getting on my nerves. I don't have a dancing Christmas tree, but I may do a Florida pool tree when you get a pool inflatable and you put the tree in it and you decorate the tree and it floats in the pool. Yes, that is a thing down here. Yeah, it is.
You
Dude,
got a
even
surfing
to
Santa.
driving.
I got a what, Santa?
Surfing Santa.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I do. I have a surfing Santa.
We
Oh
even
my-
drive around in our cars in Florida just to look at people's Christmas lights. I mean, like driving into any random neighborhood just just to see how other people did their lights and their decorations.
Mm-hmm.
See, we had one nearby that actually used a FM frequency, and it was all on a it was coordinated with you had Straight No Chasers, some big bands and stuff, and some inflatable out, and then they went down. It was all synced and choreographed. And then a few years ago, we found out they're not there anymore. And it was like we lost part of our tradition and stuff. But the oddest thing I have is playing Winter Summerland. You know, the golf mini golf at Disney. One of the greatest things. But it's nothing like having Winter Summerland with Christmas music when it's 95 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. You know.
Well, you know the best resort to just drive around and look at the Christmas decorations? Fort Wilderness.
Yeah, absolutely. All the campers, all the RVs. Yeah.
Yeah, with the golf carts. Watch the golf carts.
Yep. Hey, that's the reason why we went to that place, was to drive the golf carts for the whole weekend.
Everybody got a golf cart. Okay, well, Soul Assassin sent this in case y'all thought I was making it up. Here you go.
Oh, gosh.
All right. So a relaxing beach day at Panama City Beach, if you want to call it that, quickly turned into a Halloween break over the holiday, over the Labor Day weekend. Check out what happened. You know this guy? A man dressed up as Michael Myers from the horror film Halloween. Well, he was spotted walking on the beach. How creepy is that? So Todd Easter took photos Sunday from his condo. So the masked slasher is not known to be a nice man in his movies, but
understatement.
Easter, the guy that took the video, told 10 Tampa Bay that he was polite, kept his distance, and even waved. How nice is that?
Yeah, wave until you get too close.
Yes. Now, according to Easter, the person stayed at the beach for about 30 minutes, and then he just left. I would have freaked out.
One way to avoid a sunburn, right?
Yeah.
The long sleeve.
Please. I saw Michael Myers at MegaCon. And literally people were asking him to like stab people. And it's a short up on my channel. I was just like, for real?
Yep.
So that was so darn funny. Let's see. One more video, and what's the poll up to now? I'm about to close it.
Oh shoot.
Wow, y'all are consistent. Golf cart hit and run.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and do the golf cart hit and run. But one last God, this is freaking funny. Check it out. Hey, Georgia. Going to Tallahassee.
What is that? What the f*** is that?
Why we call it the Redneck Riviera. Floribama.
Roosters.
The chickens and cute. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I've I've seen that, but they got Jacksonville all wrong. We're not the carjacking capital of Florida. Can't be.
Yeah, it is.
No, it can't be. But anyway, it's a what a way to start the video. First thing is carjacking. Duval, there you go. There's your chance.
Why'd you do that twice today?
I'm sorry, Tom. I know, I do too.
We're gonna have to zap you when you do that.
Zap. But yeah, it's like that's the first thing that jumped out at me. Wow, we got stuck with the carjacking. Others got dancing cats and gators. And anyway, somebody got a gunnery Sergeant Hartman in there. It's like, but hey,
I just thought it was pretty accurate. All of the pirate cats are all orange,
and they're all drinking on the deck in Tampa. Yes. Yeah, it's like, hey,
that's pretty much it.
No, that's hilarious.
Well. Let's go to our story that everybody, y'all voted on, but this is the one who won. Golf cart driver sought in hit and run that damaged memorial in the Villages. And just as a reminder, this is what Skip says.
If you got a golf cart, don't leave your bag in there. Don't leave groceries in there. Don't leave your sunglasses hanging inside. Don't leave the key in the golf cart. Don't leave the key in the golf cart. Don't leave your purse in the bag in the back. And don't leave the key in the golf cart.
And yes, this is in the Villages. No surprise there.
Yep.
So crash cost $1,500 in damage to memorial. So in Lady Lake, Florida, police in Lady Lake need help to find a golf cart driver who they say hit a marble stone marker at a park memorial and then drove off. I suspect alcohol was involved. The incident happened on Saturday, September 20th at Veterans Memorial Park off Page Place near Spanish Springs Town Square in the Villages. The video released by the town. Oh, I love that we got video. Video released by the town of Lady Lake shows the golf cart driving through the parking lot, going over one curve, then hitting the memorial and overturning. I'm guessing it's the golf cart that overturned.
Do we get to watch the video tonight?
Oh, heck yeah. We always got to watch video.
All right. Especially when it overturns. That's going to be crazy.
Down. And let's see, there's another one.
This is broad daylight, too.
In the Villages, they don't care. How many golf carts we just see go by? 3?
Yeah, I think so. And a pickup truck.
The pickup truck's like, so everybody okay?
Alcohol, blue pills, a loofah. I think this one was straight alcohol, honestly. Of course.
Broad daylight? Usually you'd think this would be like at night, but dang.
Day drinking.
They're partying hard.
Yeah, they still there. Looks like they're still trying to get them out. Another golf cart. This is why we say the Villages is the DUI capital of Florida.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a car part. But yeah, looks like he hit, but the speed up, go back here. So it looks like here's where it happened.
That's so funny though.
It was around, hit the curb.
Yep.
Hit the memorial over there. And the
and that one cart's right behind it, just like responding to an emergency call.
Does Florida have golf cart laws like DUI golf cart? No, not that I know of.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They'll
DUI. I know. I've seen some people get put away for DUI on a golf cart.
Yeah.
It's like the Keystone carts. Yes.
Disney needs to add a new ride like that. Yeah. It's get rid of the Tomorrowland Speedway, Make it realistic where you can hit something and fall over.
Good golf carts on it
Yeah.
instead. Well, it used to be before people went crazy that it was customary that you bump the car in front of you
Yep.
when you were on the Tomorrowland Speedway. That was how you stopped. You bumped the car in front of
Exactly.
you. And then they started yelling at people, please do not hit the car in front of you. You know, if they said strike, they didn't say hit. I'm like, y'all suck.
You took all the fun out of it.
No. So people are seen here helping the driver and putting the golf cart upright. Police say the driver then left the memorial without reporting the incident. And the crash cost about $1,500 in damage to the memorial. And anyone with information that may help identify the driver is asked to call Lady Lake Police Sergeant Charles Jershitz.
I guess nobody followed her home then, or whoever. Yeah, jeez.
Man. Yes, avarice. Mario Kart with alcohol.
Oh, could you imagine put that on like at Universal? Just I bet I have like a little feature. Sorry.
All you do is give Dad Man those drunk goggles they used to put on the kids.
Yeah.
Simulate drunk driving, then put them on Mario Kart and see what happens.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Because I don't drink, so it'd be an epic experience. So
epic experience at Epic. That's funny.
Yeah.
That sucker goes so slow. If you're drunk, you'd probably get out and try to push the car.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to give people ideas. Just to look serious enough to be drunk. No.
I wonder what I'll be doing this week. Thank you, Lorena.
The ideas in my head. Oh, man. No wonder my mom kept looking at me weird. Anyway.
Yep.
157 of you guys here watching this is a Welcome to Florida show. We are going to go on here to our main topic, of course, which is Sir Francis Drake. So we have his raid on St. Augustine, a devastating blow to Spanish Florida. Now, I had no idea about Sir Francis Drake burning down St. Augustine at all until I started like tracing my family's history in St. Augustine. So going to show, here is actually part of one of my family trees. So this is my sixth great grandfather, Don Francisco Javier Sanchez. Yes, the title of Don given to him by the King of Spain. So his father, Jose Sanchez de Ortigosa, why my sixth great grandfather dropped Ortigosa and went with Sanchez, I have no idea. But he was a Spanish sailor, came over to St. Augustine, married into one of the oldest families in St. Augustine, the Perez family. A lot of times you'll hear about the Los Floridanos in St. Augustine, and what they are they are the oldest Spanish families that settled in Florida. So they're basically Florida-born Spaniards. So if you go on my sixth great grandfather's mother's side, all the way from here, 1678, 1649, to Philip de Santiago, Michaela Alvarez. I actually have her copy of her baptismal certificate. And then you go to her parents, Diego de Alvarez and Helena Gonzalez. They were actually born in St. Augustine around like 1580 or so. Their parents, Michael Alvarez, Teresa Mendez, Tomas Gonzalez, Inez de Jerez, I've never heard that one before, probably murdered that name. They came over from Spain, like Ronda, Spain, Seville, Spain, all of that. They came over to St. Augustine because Spain wanted to fortify St. Augustine as a way to protect the Spanish treasure fleet. Because the Spanish treasure fleet, after, they sent silver to China, everything back, silk, porcelain, gold, slaves, all that stuff. They were going to be heading back to Spain, and pirates like to jack the ships off the coast of Florida. So that was going to be a garrison town. The burning of St. Augustine happened in 1586. I believe, which means all of these ancestors of mine were basically the ones that went fleeing into the woods once Sir Francis Drake set St. Augustine on fire.
Mm.
So I always find it interesting to go and see what links are there. When I started investigating the family, I'm like, okay, what?
And see, remember back then the forts were wooden. You know, it was before the Castillo de San Marcos, which was like 100 years later. You know, everything was wood, easily be burnt, and a lot easier to capture.
Yes, absolutely. So when it was burnt, it's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't build something, out of wood. So the Castillo San Marcos that's there today, it's actually an engineering marvel. I'll have to do a separate show on that.
Mm-hmm.
But just walking through, because I think you guys have been to the Castillo de San Marcos.
I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It's crazy how expansive it is. It was literally built to withstand bombardment from English and French ships, but also to protect the population as well. So a couple times they had to go in there because Cuba was supposed to send us troops, and they didn't on time. So the British were just bombarding the Castillo, and most of the townspeople were in there. And eventually, the Cuban ship showed up with the reinforcements, but the British didn't leave because of that. The British left because they ran out of ammunition. That's what I'd heard that happened.
That would do it.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, Cuba had a really nasty habit of not sending us money or requested troops in a timely manner. That was always a point of contention. It's like, you folks do not send us stuff, but they tell you can't trade with the British. My family was like, screw that. We'll trade with the British and jack their ships too, since we didn't get paid. But anyway, I saw this here, which an Italian guy put this together, and I saw the actual. I think there's one on Florida Memory that looks like this, and I've seen a reproduction over in the Visitor Center. I think it's St. Augustine. So what this does is just depicts how, how Sir Francis Drake, his ships got into St. Augustine. So you have this inlet that's right here. You can't just roll up into St. Augustine, which is one of the reasons why they picked it, was because you can see ships that are approaching, from the towers. So they basically went through this inlet here, went through where the fort is there. There's like the wooden fort that's there, and burned it to the ground. Corruption was high in Spanish. Yeah, that's another thing too that I'm finding out. There was a lot of it. Using wood was probably the shortcut. Yeah, wood was the easiest thing to use. It was plentiful. It was out there. They could use it. But it also caused an issue. Same thing happened in New Orleans, because a lot of people think that New Orleans is French architecture. It's not. It's Spanish architecture. They had a fire too. So when the Spanish took over New Orleans, they set up a new building code that everything had to be made from like stone and wrought iron, no wood. So that's what happened with that. Mm-hmm. That's what happened with that.
You said, sorry.
No, go ahead.
You said about how everything came from Cuba. Even after the fort was destroyed, it took them a lot of effort to get resupplied from Cuba. The viceroy, dragged his feet while they had to rebuild the settlement, a new fort. Mm-hmm. With another wooden fort. So it's that whole process. You would have thought maybe St. Augustine might have been the Spanish base, but it was all out of Cuba. And even Drake landed in Cuba looking for fresh water too at around this time. So
yeah, he definitely did. There was always that friction between St. Augustine and between Cuba, because it's like, okay, you want us to, protect your ships and do all of that, but you don't want to freaking pay us, and you don't want us trading with the British. So a constant point of contention.
Yeah, you guys started the war with them, and we were living next door to them. So yeah,
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Akido says Reina Creole, did the Pirates of St. Augustine knew about Bucky the Great's barbecue sandwich?
Nice. The post of the night right there.
I do know about those sandwiches.
Yes.
The brisket song.
God.
Although I was good and I went with the barbecue turkey roasted. Oh God, that was so good.
I like the
Big
pulled
slices
pork.
of turkey.
You didn't go with the brisket?
I know. I like the pulled pork.
No, I was trying to be healthy, so I went with that. I didn't go with the brisket.
Lorena,
however,
yeah,
I smelled the brisket when they brought it out the bag and they sung the brisket song, and everybody's waiting around for the fresh brisket to come out. So yes.
Lorena, you don't go to Buc-ee's to be healthy. So,
no,
yes,
you don't.
I was not in the mood for the brisket.
Man, we need to have intervention.
Yes,
with
we
Lorena
do.
At Buc-ee's.
No, because I got beef jerky.
Well, no, we need to get those desserts. Either cinnamon rolls, they call them paddle tails now.
Beaver nuggets.
Yeah, get the nice cupcake thing. The
jalapeno poppers. The watermelon cotton candy. Yeah.
Did a live stream from their parking lot one night. Yeah.
I don't know, CJ. It just does.
I told them just because we're good at it.
It certainly sounds better than dried chorizo and beans and red meat, which they had a lot of. Used a lot of. Leah McNeil says, Reina Creole, too bad the French didn't hire the guy who built St. Augustine to build Louisburg. The English would have had a harder time taking it. Yeah, because they tried to take New Orleans and they couldn't even get there. Cuba was a happening place during the pirate era. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I'm sorry, Retro Nerd Girl. She's like, you guys are making me hungry too.
Yeah. I could go for a sandwich right now.
You've already had
go
3 different
inside
snacks.
when this is done and make myself something to eat.
Erica,
maybe you might have brisket on it.
Erica's already had 3 different snacks eaten before we even started the show. I will say at least I have some Kentucky Fried Chicken and a pizza in there, so I have options.
I haven't even had dinner yet, so everybody else has had dinner with me. So, trust me, I feel you. But anyway, back to this article. You what? You're not expecting dinner?
No, my second dinner.
Oh, second. Oh, I only had
it's called rum.
Oh, God. A liquid dinner.
That is perfectly acceptable.
Well, it goes with your hat. Arr.
There, I'm wearing it just because.
Or like your after dinner drink.
I'm so not kidding. When I would make sorrel, I didn't want to wait. So I'd be drinking crack and rum straight.
There's nothing wrong with that. You always got to make sure the rum is good.
Now you have to be careful how you enunciate that. Crack and rum or crack and rum. I mean, it's just
that's Duval things, dude. Stop it. Get some help.
Yes. Hey, I'm not even on the west side of Jacksonville.
I had not even put that together.
Well, it's been bugging me since you said it at the beginning of the stream. Sorry.
I can see somebody now rolling up to the ABC store on Blandon Boulevard talking about, I heard y'all got the crack in the rum here.
Tom, you know how I stream.
I
know. Tom knows everybody I stream with tells me, Dad, man, you got to enunciate properly. Because, what'd you say? I'm like, you said that. I'm like, no, I didn't. But anyway.
Sometimes if he said he would drink, we'd have more excuses for his language.
Yes. Yes.
Michael Nellis. Yeah, I know he does. Kit Kat, hey, says I'm so bummed that I'm joining late. I was decorating my front porch and yard for fall Halloween. Oh, no worries. Glad you're here. Let's see. So in June of 1586, how too funny. So in June of 1586, the bustling Spanish settlement of St. Augustine, the oldest permanent European city in what will become the United States, faced one of its greatest threats. Sir Francis Drake, an English sea captain and privateer, led a daring attack that devastated the city, setting fire to buildings and fortifications and dealing a major blow to Spain's stronghold in Florida. Drake's raid was a key moment in the broader struggle between European powers for dominance in the New World, and it underscored the vulnerability of Spain's North American empire. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a visual of what we're talking about here. Of course, this is where the fort stands now, the one that's made out of coquina stone, not the one made from Lincoln logs. Here's the Matanzas River. And here's the St. Augustine Inlet. So literally, if you go to the Castillo, you can see all the way out for any approaching ships. So it's very, very easy to see. However, they were just roll up in there and just burn it completely, burn it down. So Drake's raid was part of a larger ongoing conflict between Spain and England that spanned much of the 16th century. Two nations were bitter rivals driven by religious and political differences, as well as an economic competition for control of the riches of the Americas. Spain, a Catholic empire, had built vast overseas empire that included much of Central and South America, as well as Florida. Meanwhile, England, a Protestant nation, sought to challenge Spain's dominance on the high seas and gain its own share of wealth flowing from the New World. So pretty much Spain had like 100-year head start on getting to the New World. I call it riches in the New World, because basically they got most of that silver and gold from Mexico. And there's actually there's a main Spanish treasure fleet, but they break off into two. So you have the main fleet that comes from Seville down to Cuba, breaks off. They're the ones that go up like north over towards St. Augustine. And then they have the other fleet, which is the Manila Galleon. The Manila Galleon goes from, they called it Acapulco, but it's basically where Panama is. They go from there to the Philippines, then over to China to go drop off a whole bunch of silver, because China at that particular time, the Qing Dynasty, required that all of their tax peoples would pay the taxes in silver. Japan did not have enough silver to satisfy the crazy amount that they needed, but Spain did because of the mines that were in Peru. So they were dropping silver off in China, coming back with porcelain, silk, all of that stuff. Because China didn't need anything that the Western world had except for silver.
So we got high quality stuff from China at that time?
Yes. Very high quality, because it was all handmade. And it had actually gotten to a point where I'm going to say Canton, but like Guangzhou, Hong Kong, all of that area, they were basically dedicated to making goods specifically for the West. So that's why in a lot of them, some American colonial homes, the very well-to-do ones, they had porcelain directly from China. So Spanish ships would come back loaded with all of that booty. Some of the silver they had to bring back to the treasury in Spain, so they would walk it overland across that isthmus, the Panama, loaded onto the other ships to go back to Spain. But pirates knew that stuff was on there, So as soon as they would sail out, guess what? They start picking at it. And a couple of times those ships got sunk.
Oof.
And when they got sunk, guess who did not get paid? Folks living in St. Augustine. It's like, sorry, we can't give you any money right now.
We got to pay Cuba first, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Cuba got it first because Cuba was the seat of the government in the Americas. So,
well, you know what? One thing that happened is this whole adventure. They, the Spanish kept retreating, to kind of pulling back to avoid the direct fight because they knew that they were outnumbered. They couldn't fight. But there was one spot, where they fled from. The British found 14, or Drake found intact gun platform with 14 bronze artillery pieces. But they also found a chest containing, guess what? The Spanish garrison's pay, about 2,000 gold ducats, which was left behind in the retreat.
mm-hmm.
So talk about not getting paid, and then leaving it all behind.
Yep, because basically, hey, it's just like either do we hang around here for this gold or do we save, the townspeople? Pedro Menendez de Aviles, I think it's his nephew, was the not the adelantado because they got rid of that term, but he wanted to sincerely create a permanent presence, and he was more concerned with the people than he was, with the gold that was there. And Pacific Fleet landed at Acapulco, went overland to Veracruz, transported to Havana before transit to Spain. Yes, and Sir Francis Drake, he actually found out about that, how they were transferring that stuff overland, and he hid it. And apparently they had so much silver and everything they couldn't bring it all back. So they actually hid it and made a quote unquote treasure map. And he brought that stuff back to England and it was game on. Absolutely. So let's see here. By 1580s, Sir Francis Drake had already earned a fearsome reputation as a privateer, essentially a state-sanctioned pirate working for the English crown. Now, some of us saw that. If you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, they tempted Jack Sparrow with that. Letters of Marque. Yeah, that's what he would have been. So let's see. He had raided Spanish ships and settlements throughout the Caribbean and even circumnavigated the globe, gaining fame and fortune along the way. So here's the thing about circumnavigation. Yes, Magellan was the first to circumnavigate the globe, but only his ship and his crew made it because Magellan got shanked in the Philippines.
They made good navigation for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Magellan's, other than Tom-Toms, just saying.
They were doing good. So they stopped in the Philippines. He didn't come back, but his ship did. But so Sir Francis Drake, he actually circumnavigated the entire globe. So Queen Elizabeth I ordered Drake to lead a large-scale expedition to the West Indies and the Spanish Main with the mission of disrupting Spain's trade routes, plundering its colonies, and generally causing as much damage as possible to Spain's empire. So his fleet, consisting of 23 ships, 2,000 men, sailed from England September 1585. His campaign of destruction began in the Caribbean, where he sacked the Spanish towns of Santo Domingo in the present-day Dominican Republic and Cartagena in present-day Colombia. Both of those very, very rich Spanish colonies. Santo Domingo, that's Dominican Republic. That is after Columbus's first voyage, when he came back, Santo Domingo is basically where they started the settlement at. So that's where most of the people started coming in to Santo Domingo. They were rich. Cartagena in Colombia, another one, rich in South America. So after Cartagena, Drake turned his attention to Florida. Spain had established St. Augustine in 1565 as a military outpost to protect its shipping lanes and territorial claims. Now, one of the interesting things about this, like they say here, Drake's decision to attack St. Augustine was strategic. By striking at Spain's northernmost stronghold, he could weaken its abilities to protect his colonies and harass its ships. However, one of the interesting things that happened was that Sir Francis Drake actually found out about the massacre of French Protestants that happened. I'm trying to forget who he came across, but came across some Spanish soldiers, and with them was someone who was at that particular massacre. Of course, they were French Huguenots, which meant that they were Protestants. So additional fire, additional fuel for Francis Drake to burn down St. Augustine as well. So that was interesting, because that is going to lead to what we talk about next week when we talk about Jean Ribault, who was one of the people who were slaughtered in Matanzas Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk about that. So let's see, on June 6th, Drake launched his attack. The English forces landed near St. Augustine, quickly overpowered the Spanish defenders, who were caught off guard by the sudden assault. Spanish governor of Florida, Pedro Menendez Marquez, who is the nephew of Pedro Menendez Aviles, which is the founder of St. Augustine, and his troops led the settlement, retreating to the surrounding woods to avoid capture. The remaining residents of St. Augustine, including women and children, also fled in panic, leaving the town virtually defended. So those ancestors of mine that I showed you in my family tree, yeah, they were the ones that pretty much got the heck out of Dodge into the woods, swampy areas. That's pretty much where they went. English were going in there. So it's always interesting to read these things, but then when you start putting names to things, it starts to hit like a little bit different. So Drake's men took control of the settlement, looted the buildings, ransacked the Spanish garrison, stole supplies, destroyed everything of value they could find. Drake's forces even captured several large cannons, which they spiked, rendered them unusual, before taking them aboard their ships as trophies, because finding cannons, that's a good score there. Funny thing, okay, so when the U.S. bought Florida from Spain, Spanish soldiers tried to take the cannons to Cuba, and U.S. was like, no, that land deal includes all the arms too. You are not taking anything back to Cuba. That's true. What did we Spaniards do to you, Drake? Damn.
Just reading that too.
Oh God, this is funny. He just did not freaking like us, Well,
no.
Besides, I figured you Spaniards got too much swag, and we need to take it.
Well, it's like it came around. What comes around goes around. Because, like you said, Matanzas was slaughter. The blood. The whole meaning of the word, but also Fort Caroline. Remember Ribault? Of course, I want to call it Ribault because of the high school here. But
I know.
But it's like. But yeah, they he divided the force, left people there, came down St. Augustine, lost the ships. But then again, the Spaniards took out Fort Caroline, and only about 50 people survived up there. So it seemed like the Spaniards had that tradition to wipe out the French. You had the Catholicism, Protestantism right there, and and so kind of you look at Drake coming by, it's like, hey, it's a little bit of divine retribution, coming back from the other side for what you do to others.
Yeah. CJ says, then you be saying it wrong, Dad, man.
I know. But
My
let Reina have her
grandma,
fun.
that's how you say it. Duval
It's
County,
Ribault,
you call
yeah.
it Ribault.
Yeah, it's Ribault High School. Yeah.
I had no idea until I read and found out about Jean Ribault.
Right.
And I read it. I'm like, that's a French name. Why
No
would
one
we
in
not
Duval.
call it?
No
No
one
one in
in
Duval calls it that.
Exactly.
It's
It's
Ribault.
always Ribault. Yes.
It's the weirdest freaking thing, but yeah, it made my ears hurt when I heard it. Hey, the Majors has finally made it. Procrastination sucks, but I'm here. There's a good seeing Major. There's a video on YouTube where they talk about the massacre at Matanzas. Matanzas massacre. And from what they were saying is it wasn't as simple that Aviles wanted to get rid of the Protestants and just slaughter them, but that they really did not even have the resources to keep them even as prisoners, which is why they only let 2 of them live. And I think one was a priest and one was a shoemaker, I think. So they had some kind of practical skill, because that's the only reason why they kept them. But supposedly there wasn't enough resources because St. Augustine was extremely poor, again, with resources and all of that, because like I said before, Cuba owned everything. St. Augustine was just like this little outpost that people only cared about protect the ships that left. But let's see, the Spanish church, government buildings, homes, military outposts were all destroyed. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, I got to double check about the build date for the cathedral at St. Augustine. I forget which date it was built, but I guess it was wood in the beginning, because now it looks like your Spanish mission style from the front. The back, it looks like an English church with the towers and everything like that. But the main facade, the main part of the church, the original part of the church, looks like Spanish mission style. So it's like when you walk in there, it does not look like a European cathedral. Inside, it looks like a cathedral that you would see in Seville or like in Mexico for the most part. So in a matter of hours, St. Augustine, the jewel of Spain's Florida colony, was left in absolute ruins. Hey, Nita, good to see you. So yeah, their homes were wiped out. They burned the fields too. So all the wheat fields, they burned everything. They went scorched freaking earth and couldn't retaliate. So, yep. Drake's raid on St. Augustine was one of the most significant attacks on Spanish territory during the period of European colonization in the Americas. For Spain, it was a humiliating defeat, exposing the vulnerability of its far-flung empire to British privateers and other hostile powers. Other hostile powers being French pirates, Dutch pirates. Yeah. Open everybody. And the raid also demonstrated the growing threat that England posed to Spain's dominance in the New World, marked a turning point in the ongoing conflict between the two nations. So another thing to bring up as well, Spain was deep into the slave trade for the first 100 years. And they got a lot of money, a lot of expansion. Although, unlike the eventual English chattel slavery system, in Spain, well, according to Spanish law, if you were a slave, you were eligible for something called cortación. And what that was is, that was a contract that said, if you paid X amount of money, you would be guaranteed your freedom. The English didn't have any system that was like that. So it's kind of the difference between the two. But eventually it got to the point where England got into the slave trade as well, as did Dutch, as did some of the Norwegians. as well. But what this basically did was it forced Spain to think, okay, if we're really serious about defending St. Augustine, we need to like fix this and do something different. So that's why you had this engineering marvel, and it is, and we'll have to do a separate stream on this, the Castillo de San Marcos. Made out of coquina stone, this fortress is damn near indestructible.
Have you ever caught them doing the cannon shots live?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's
Oh,
Did
awesome.
you guys see it? I missed it.
yeah.
You mean, yeah, we have before, like the little cricket, the small cannons, the cricket ones.
No, they did a couple of times where
The
they did the
big
bigger
ones.
ones.
Oh, really? We saw the
Mhm.
small ones with a small portable cannon.
No, they did a couple of the big ones. It was
They are
quite surprising. It
loud.
was awesome.
That's a noise you'll never forget.
You know, I haven't seen that since I was little. And do you know why I know? Because my dad filmed it where they literally were lighting the cannons to shoot them off, and I kept like covering my ears like this.
Mm.
But yeah, they were all the reenactors, and they were shooting off the cannons.
Scared the shit out of me.
I wish I could have seen it. It's so cool. The only thing I saw about the cannons was when you go up to the cannons and you see like the Spanish markings that they have on them, and how a lot of them have been weathered, and
Yeah.
it's just so cool. The walls were slanted to deflect cannonballs. Yes, not only deflect them, but that coquina stone that the walls are made out of, because it's quarried from that particular area, it absorbs everything. So if you go and visit the Castillo, just look around. You'll see bullets, bullet holes, cannon holes.
Oh, it's musket holes.
Musket. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, musket back then. Yes, musket holes, cannons, and it's like nothing just shakes it off. It is one of the coolest
I
things.
think
to go
there's
and
some
see.
of when they use that chain shot too. One of those guys was talking about that. There's that. They show that too, where the boats would shoot chain shot to try to break it. It didn't work.
I thought the walls were slanted because everything's a little laid back.
That's just up by Dadman Walking's part of town where they carjack you.
There you go. No, I was talking about like after this, the forts became brick and masonry if they were not earthen forts. But remember back then there were smoothbore cannonballs and stuff. It wasn't until rifled artillery happened in the Civil War where forts were made obsolete because of the rifle technology. But
yeah,
at the time, these things were meant to, were very strong. You couldn't penetrate them. And that's why, like Lorena, you mentioned that the whole town pulled within the gates of the fort, to protect everybody, protect your crops, supplies, and everything else that you had. And then you'd outweight the siege.
With this, and again, I'll have to do another one about Fort Mose, which is the first free black settlement in the United States. Well, in the Americas. What Spain did at the time basically said for any slave in the English colonies, if you make it to St. Augustine, so long as you convert to Catholicism and pledge allegiance to His Most Christian Majesty, King of Spain, you get to stay. We'll give you land, and your men need to fight in our militia. So Fort Mose, which was about a mile and a half from here, they were like one of the lookout outposts. And there is actually a trail that goes from Fort Mose to the Castillo de San Marcos. So all the people who were at that settlement at Fort Mose could escape to safety in the fort. And all along the way, I mean, it's gone now, but all along the way, they had like, signal torches that they could light so they could get there, and they were actually protected. So I thought that was really cool. And even more interesting, I actually saw an Italian map of St. Augustine that shows it, Fort Mose, as the Negro Fort. I thought that was cool. Yeah, Italian map maker.
Really?
Well, because they were part of the Spanish Empire. So I just found that interesting because I'm like, that can't be the only map that has, the Spanish map that had Fort Mose. So then I saw an Italian one that was made. If you go to Florida Memory, you can find floridamemory.com, and it's actually a map that's everything is noted in Italian, and one part of it says Negro Fort. I love maps from that time. Weren't the Spanish the first to have slit windows to minimize being shot from the outside? Possibly. So windows date to ancient times. That's what Darth Plato is saying. And they just got drunk building the fort. Well, you know what labor they used to make the fort? I know this is probably more than you asked for. Let's see. Spanish convicts, slaves, Brits who escaped from the American colonies, probably because they killed somebody. And they came to Spanish Florida and they were working on the fort. Yeah, it's interesting how many people were working. You had royal slaves who actually came over from Spain. They were, royal slaves to work on projects and stuff as needed. So huge, huge, huge project. It is absolutely amazing. Amazing to see. Wow, I love old maps. Yeah, there is a map from, and I think the map maker is German. It's the first comprehensive map of the New World. I think it came out in like 1560. Gorgeous. I need it. I need it because not only does it tell you, show you areas, it notes currents, it notes which territories are governed by whom. It's a lot of detail. It's more than just, hey, this country is over here. Has the fort ever been flooded? Not to my knowledge. Is this a big ass moat? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I've never known it to be flooded. Because when you
I think they've took water in. I don't think they were really flooded.
Because I've walked through
I'll
here.
have to look at into that.
Yeah, that whole area floods massively this day and age, but I don't know. I know the streets around it will flood with rain and tidal surge.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Like that's around one side.
Yeah.
That's Matanzas Bay right there in the front. That's it from the top. See it from the top. That's the courtyard. Yes, they would have, wild livestock and all kinds of stuff in there. And then, of course, they have the cells, captain's quarters, all that stuff in there. There's one of the cannons. There with the cannon with the cannonball. There were some detailed maps today. Thank you, CJ. The Mercator World Map of 1569. Yes. That is on my chase list. I need it so I can get it framed and put it in my office. It is the coolest map. It is the coolest freaking map. If you ever have a chance to look at it, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There were globes in those days too. Globes had to be updated to include the New World. Fallout Dave says they used to not keep the moat that good looking. No, just dirty, muddy, but as St. Augustine has grown from a little town, they keep it up better and charge locals now.
Yeah, I'm not happy about how they charge the stuff. That ticked me off.
It is.
And it's not cheap.
No. What is it like? Last time I paid $15 to park in the garage.
Yeah, the garage, and then the Museum of torture.
Mm-hmm.
You get I think it was $30 to go in that.
Dang, parking. Yeah,
Well,
I hate the parking situation in
Yeah.
St. Augustine.
But if you're going to go, you might as well pay in the garage because
Well,
it's
I
in the
can
long run.
park in the
It's better
garage
than
for
the
free,
meters.
but
Yeah, but at least you have one spot versus having to go back and feed a meter, fight a meter, and heck,
Mhm.
even some of the downtown streets are just so tiny you can barely fit down them in some of these vehicles now.
This is what I'm talking about. How detailed the cannons look.
Mm-hmm.
Man, amazing. Well, also, if you can get a parking spot at the Castillo de San
Yeah.
Marcos, you can get cheap parking, but that doesn't always work.
Nope.
Which kinda sucks.
Yep.
Oh, they did you? Oh, okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Hurricane damage? I am not aware of any hurricane damage, Nita.
No, most likely not. I mean, because it's well put together. It's
That
yeah, and
Yeah,
most
just
till
like
we get
Batman
about
said.
70, 80 miles an hour winds, it's really no. I mean, it withstands that. Only thing would be flooding, but I think Dave may have said that the moat catches most of it. So
Storm
it's
surge. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the moat does. It because I've walked through there. That moat it's really deep. It's crazy how deep the moat is. Oh, that's the old city gates. That's part, but that's remaining from it. It's I have to get back to St. Augustine. There is so much cool historic stuff that's there. It's just
oh yeah.
it's amazing.
Got a great archive too. It's even archives there. You can get a lot of information. Unfortunately, it had the first Florida Man games, but obviously 1 year was way too much. So then they moved it. But
Jacksonville's too close to deal with that many people.
no, they're stuck in the middle between there and Elkton, like in the middle of nowhere. So good luck getting there.
Well, it takes a long time for you guys in Duval to ride your lawnmowers there.
No, the problem is we've been invaded by too many Yankees up that come down, and now we're more cultured than we are typical Southern. But
Duval is not cultured, brother.
Well, compared to the rest of Florida, like North Florida, they're making us change up here. Yes.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know there is a reenactment, and thanks, Dabman, for reminding me about this. So, St. Augustine Historical Society, they have all kinds of reenactments, especially in the full Spanish costume, all in wool. It's got to be funky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very, very cool. So they have Drake's Raid. They have an English attack on Fort Mose. It's really cool seeing like how they dress up, and of course, they fire off the cannons and everything, and just how detailed everything is. So
yeah, and next year's is scheduled May 8th and May 9th in 2026.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I decided I had actual dates for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's in June, but next year it's May 8th and May 9th of 2026.
Oh, okay. So that would definitely be cool. Check out. Yeah, I have to go by the Historical Society to get yet more information. I didn't go last time I was there. I couldn't go because it was closed because of COVID. But I usually have to go and check out stuff because apparently I am the only ancestor that they know of the Sanchez family that went inland. They left St. Augustine because somebody was persona non grata for fighting against the Spanish in 1821. But that's 1812. Yeah, that's another one.
By the way, they say that this reenactment takes place at the Fountain of Youth. Now, I've never been there, but I can't imagine. I mean, is that a small, tight area or?
I've been there, and all I can tell you is the water is a lie. It doesn't work, and it tastes like crap.
This little pity thing. I was not what I thought. Did I say descendant? Oh, dang. That was in the 15th, 17th. Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. It's just interesting to look and you see like all these documents that are like hundreds of years old. Just fascinating. Fascinating. Okay, well, folks, it has been an amazing show. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I hope you had fun. And you know what? Since I saw it, y'all gonna have to see it too.
Oh gosh.
I'm just gonna leave it up here, and then you'll find out why I did not put it in the poll. What does that say?
What?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
What?
But a buddy of mine, we were discussing that.
They used?
Read the report.
No, no,
Dang.
100. No.
I need to use that story for my show. Tom, you'd have to sit out. Buddy, you'd have to sit out. Golly, wow.
Yes.
Hey, she's just donating. The person needed it, maybe. You know, maybe his new girlfriend needed them. So
Of all places.
Yes,
Of all places, Deadland, right? That's
What's
what I
that?
call D-Land.
D-Land. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's in D-Land.
Oh, the land. That's Volusia.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's our small part of Jacksonville that escaped there.
Near the university, obviously.
That town is. I call it dumb land.
Dumb land, dead land. I just know it's the only place that's got a Wells Fargo ATM.
Listen.
So I didn't have one in Palatka, so that's how far I had to go.
The stuff,
Yes.
and I believe this is not her only rap beat. Also,
No, it's not. Girlfriend has just done a whole
wow
lot of crap. But yeah. So apparently, Miss Gabrielle, firefighter from Orange County, has been put on paid leave. Okay, after her arrest on Friday by the Volusia County Sheriff's Office on misdemeanor stalking charges. Okay, it all makes sense now. Misdemeanor stalking, it makes sense. She threw more than 100 tampons into her ex-boyfriend's yard, according to the report. She initially denied being there, but later admitted her presence, claiming it was not her idea. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Yeah. She's nuts. So yeah.
Wow.
Like, daggone it. I had to see it. I'm slithering, so I had to share the pain. Y'all did too.
hey, listen. I was going to tell you about that, and I was like, do I even want to? Can I do I even want to bring that up? That's why I said Volusia won this time.
Mm-hmm. That's a rare one.
Well, we got a Volusia County and no Pinellas, so.
Mm-hmm. Jokes are too easy. Yeah, it definitely was. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up here. Erica, what do you have going on, and where can people find you?
What have I been doing? I've been cleaning and decorating. Got the foyer almost done. Floating table is 3/4 of the way built, and my prototype disappearing and reappearing bride is working fabulously. So I just my scrim just needs to get here. But yeah, I'll be videoing all that since I got all that put up between yesterday and today. And then tonight I have been tweaking the music videos and the projections. So that's what I've been doing. And yeah, I'll get something out once I get that last bit filmed. Then I'll put together a behind the scenes video and get it out. So probably sometime next week, maybe by Wednesday, I'll have something up for behind the scenes for this year's Halloween.
I can't wait. I take notes from Erica. I'm waiting for her to put the video up so I can take notes. So folks, please do make sure that you are subscribed to Erica's channel. So Tom, where can we find you and what do you have going on?
I'm going to be taking like a kind of a week off to go bounce around the state and cause havoc with my brother and family, and swinging this around if I can pop in and smack people with it a little bit. That's about it. I plan on causing ruckus with you soon.
That's what I love, what I absolutely love. So folks, make sure you go ahead and you subscribe over the time. He's got launches, dogs. It's not the like. Oh, pirate stuff. It's not the like. And Dad Bam, what do you got going on? Where can folks find you?
Well, I switched back to the normal channel avatar so people remember me. Basically 3 main streams: Monday, Fortnite with Jess at around 6ish. Tuesday nights we talk college football, Big 10, Big 12, SEC. We've expanded it this year, so a lot bigger. Show's growing this year, and sometimes I'll rant about the Florida coaching situation, and then on Wednesday nights I have a Go West Dad Man with my friend and partner Wes Cagle, where we just kind of do a variety of stuff where we're winging it. Thursday nights can be like last Thursday night. I had my second episode with Anna's Gameland, where we did Get Over It, where we come in and talk about getting over things, where we go check the video out. It's a wonderful episode. The get over like bad fashion things from the decades, and mine was getting over the Florida coaching situation, which was like, get over it. Okay. And then they won this week. So a lot of different things I'm doing with the channel. I would like to ask, please subscribe, folks. I lost one sub night. I'm at 743. So I'm big with numbers like the 500. So at 750, I'm planning on another celebration stream, but the main thing is it's like family. Everybody come in, have fun. We just play it by ear. Tom's been on, Erica. And speaking on the 17th on a Friday night at 7 p.m., Erica will join Anna and my wife, Mrs., for a Halloween celebration. So I'm excited about what Erica is about to unveil, and we're looking forward to that. Of course, when we do some of our late night squirrel streams, which are just random streams, Erica pops on when she can, Tom's on, and just a lot of fun. And thank you always for your support, Lorena, and also for any of all your channels. Make sure you're subscribed to the people you subscribe, because I know, Lorena, you mentioned that when you came by, YouTube had unsubscribed you. So, folks, make sure if you're following people and subscribing, make sure you get the subscriptions and that you're still subscribed. So, thank you, of course, Lorena. I appreciate all your time and always able to be here with you.
Oh, well, thank you. We love having you on.
It's a blast.
We just, oh my gosh, we just have too much darn fun on this show, and I absolutely love it. I apologize not having the show last week. I just was not feeling that great, not that good, but I'm back right now. Though it's a little weird, but we're okay. As for this week, of course, the Spice Lounge is now on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We got to talk about crazy Holly, weird, and pop culture and all the stuff that's out there. And, we just have fun with that. So that's on Thursday, of course. Saturday, 12 noon, Resort Recon Live podcast. We keep you up to date with theme park news. And on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are having a watch party for one of my favorite cult car movies, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to miss that, though. Oh, I'll be at a wedding. Oh.
Last night we did, oh my gosh, Army of Darkness. I forgot how funny that movie was.
Folks, if you have not seen
No.
Killer Clowns, you've got to see it. Even if you, especially if you hate clowns, you've
No.
got to watch this movie. It's
Nope.
That movie's awesome.
it is so funny. Yeah, exactly.
So
And the
much
two
fun.
brothers in it, you'll love it. So it's just
Mhm. It's going to be great. So make sure that you do not miss that. So with that said, folks, it has been awesome hanging out with you guys. So
mhm.
good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Take care, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.